Alexander Cross, criminal defense here in the San Francisco Bay Area. If you'd like to learn more about criminal defense, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices of Cross and Associates, and feel free to ask questions in the comment section below so that we may respond in the future with more videos. So we received an interesting inquiry here on our YouTube channel. This has to do with sexual assault of a minor. Let's see here. I'm being accused of sexually assaulting an 8-year-old. I was 18 at the time. We were friends. He is now 22 years old. He was a neighbor, and I was recently arrested for the offense. All right, so he's 22 now. You were 18. He was 8. Okay, so we're talking about something that happened 14 years ago. Okay, first of all, we have to get into what we're talking about regarding sexual assault. So if we're talking about sexually touching an 8-year-old, let's say you're touching chest or area between the pants, over the clothes or buttocks for sexual purposes, so I'm not talking about a medical doctor here, that would be a violation of Penal Code Section 288, parentheses A, obviously a felony, that carries up to 8 years state prison plus having to register as a sex offender for life. Now, if there's an allegation that you touched this minor in a sexual way 3 or more times during a 2-month period, that's considered continual sexual abuse of a minor, which is also a felony. That carries up to 16 years state prison under Penal Code Section 288.5. Now, if there is an allegation of sexual penetration with any object or finger or whatever, now we're talking about something even more serious. Because if the alleged victim is under 10 years old, in this case it would have been 8, that would be a violation of Penal Code Section 288.7. 288.7, obviously felony, that carries up to 25 years to life in state prison. All right. Now, the alleged victim here, we're talking about an 18-year-old. I don't know if we're talking about a boy or a girl. And what I'm about to say for a lot of people is going to sound very disgusting, but it's the law, all right? And this has to do with the concept of sexual penetration. The slightest penetration is enough for you to be charged with this offense. The slightest penetration. And this is the reason why I was speaking specifically about over the clothes. Let me explain. Because if anybody were to touch, for instance, a little girl who's under the age of 10, if anybody were to touch a little girl in the vaginal area, under the pants, under the panties, like bare skin to skin, you will almost 100% be charged with penetration. It doesn't actually require shoving the finger in there. No. Simply passing the labia minora, passing the lips, that is enough for it to be considered sexual penetration. If somebody is accused of doing something like that, and if he's found guilty of such an offense, we're talking about 25 years to life. All right, doesn't require actual shoving inside, penetration, the way it's commonly believed to be. Now, some people might say, well, wait a second, this happened 14 years ago. Isn't there a statute of limitation? No, not really. I mean, there is, but not really. It's not, effectively there isn't. See, when it comes to child sex crimes, a child essentially has an entire lifetime to tell an authority. Once the authorities are told, that's when the statute of limitations begins to run. It's not like other crimes where the statute runs at the time of the offense. No. When it comes to sex crime with a minor, sex crime against a minor, the statute does not begin to run until the minor, who may now be an adult, tells the authorities. So if you have an 8-year-old who is now 40 years old, who was molested by an 18-year-old back in the day, he could say, yeah, that 50-year-old molested me when I was 8. Want to file a complaint, and he or she can. All right, he or she can. It's only at the moment that the alleged victim makes the statement to the authorities, that's when the clock starts to run, which generally speaking is about a year. They have 1 year from the date of the complaint to actually file the charges. Regardless, if you'd like to learn more about criminal defense here in the San Francisco Bay Area, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Law Offices Across and Associates, and feel free to ask questions in the comments section below so that we may respond in the future with more videos. But if you've been accused of a crime and need representation in court, call us now for a free consultation at 1-800-862-7677. Once again, 1-800-862-7677. On our next video, we're going to be discussing the case of somebody who got accused of driving drunk and having a child in the car. Criminal lawyer, criminal lawyers, DUI lawyer, DUI lawyers, criminal attorney, criminal attorneys, DUI attorney, DUI attorneys.